Can we talk for a second? I need y'all to understand what's happening. You saw it. We all saw it. There were people out there with literal countdowns, waiting for the clock to hit midnight, waiting for a child to turn 18. And when she did, it wasn't a birthday. It was a launch. Her first move wasn't a thank you post or some big speech.
I want to get into acting, I want to get into music, and I want to do everything in the entertainment industry.
It was a picture with a cake, but the photo told a different story. It was a signal. The creeps got their wish. Her mom, Tiffany, has been running this show the whole time, putting her own daughter's pictures behind a paywall, creating different tiers like it's a gym membership. She's been selling her kid, and now Piper is hanging out with the Bop House, a place full of adult content creators. This isn't empowerment. This is the end of a long, terrible road, a road that's been grooming her for years. The countdown is over, and the game has just begun. She just turned 18, and the posts started to roll out. Not cute birthday pictures with balloons and stuff. Nah, these were different. She was holding a cake, posing like she was auditioning for some grown-up fan club.
Okay, y'all want to know the real reason that I'm dropping the link on my 18th birthday? I'm broke as shit. This is the same fit this is the only fit.
It makes no sense because somewhere along the way, this whole thing became more important than, I don't know, a normal life. And it gets worse, bro. The photographer behind the shots is a grown man. People in the comments were asking, is nobody else finding it weird a grown man is photographing this? They were begging her, Piper, please don't be like the others. Do modeling instead. And praying Piper gets the help she needs. I mean, the fact that people even have to say that shows how messed up this all is. The whole rollout felt like it was planned way in advance, like her mom, Tiffany, was just waiting for the day she could finally be marketed as grown. And honestly, we've seen this before. The whole thing felt eerily similar to Lil Tay. She turned 18 and just hours later was bragging about making millions. It's the same exact script. And while fans want to believe Piper is in control, the timing and the style of the photos all tell a different story. You can't ignore Tiffany's history. Remember that exclusive page? The one where she tried to run a subscription service for snaps of Piper when she was a kid? She was literally putting her own daughter on display for anyone willing to swipe a card. How is that not the textbook definition of pimping out your child? She isn't just enabling this, she's running it. And now that Piper is 18, the floodgates are open, and the creeps get their wish. You guys want to know how deep this goes? You can't talk about any of this without talking about the Bop House. Piper was only 17 when she started hanging out with them, and they were already joking about inviting her to the house. Like, they literally said, she's 17, and then laughed about it. People were saying she shouldn't be making content with these creators, period. It's just weird. But it gets so much darker, because all of this goes back to the lawsuits. Former members of her squad filed against her mom, Tiffany, for what they called financial exploitation and creating a physically, emotionally, and even sexually abusive environment. Can you believe that? They said Tiffany would tell them to wear clothes that were more tight and revealing. One girl said she was only 11 or 12 when she was asked to pose in a towel. I mean, come on. The parents of these kids said they were oblivious, that they weren't allowed on set. But how do you not know something is wrong when your kid is working 11, 12 hours a day and doing that kind of stuff? It just doesn't sit right. And the worst of it? One former squad member said Tiffany mailed used underwear to men who like to smell them. Let that sink in. These are the same people who were probably waiting for the countdown to hit 0. So yeah, Tiffany is definitely to blame. But after all that, and seeing Piper hanging out with the Bop House, you have to ask yourself if she's on board with this now too. She knows there are creepy old men out there who are going to buy her content the second it drops. She knows this is what the business is now. She's not just a victim anymore. You think that's all? After the whole birthday mess, Piper suddenly starts posting about reconnecting with her dad. I mean, on the surface, that sounds sweet, right? Like, yay, she's finally with her dad. But the timing? It's way too convenient. You guys have to remember, she did a meeting my dad video years ago, and she just recently admitted the whole thing was fake and scripted. Her mom told her to fake the moment for views. So if the first reunion was a lie, how can we believe this one is real? Why would her mom suddenly let her see him now that she's 18? It feels like another story to make things look better, to stop the bad talk. And it's not just that. She's on a cruise with the Bop House, and you can see the strings being pulled in real time. Sophie Rain is literally on video telling Piper to stick to the script when she gets asked if she's joining them. Bro, you can see it with your own eyes. They're telling her what to say. But then Piper goes on a podcast and says she has free will now that she's 18. She says people online are projecting their own feelings onto her. I'm sorry, but that's not projecting. That's people pointing out what's happening right in front of them.
A lot of you guys are screenshotting my old YouTube video where I met my dad, but I'm so sorry to break it to you. That unfortunately was very scripted and fake. Those were real emotions that I had though, because again, I've never met my dad, and it was kind of like reenacting what I feel like is going to happen.
When your mom is running your exclusive pages and another creator is telling you to stick to the script, you're not in control. It's like they're trying to hide what's happening, but the truth is right there. It feels like we've seen this story before. It's giving very much ex-Disney star, or Lil Tay 2.0. We've seen how this story ends, and it never ends well. We've been talking about the Bop House, and you know what's wild? They're out here trying to give Piper career advice. Like, one of the girls, Aisha, sits her down and tells her, "You have a lot of potential. You don't need to do that." She says she wants to protect Piper.
So no, Piper is not a part of the Bop House. All we did was make TikToks, nothing crazy. We ran into her at the mall, and then she came over to Sophie's and we just made some videos, and she was super, super sweet.
I mean, bless her heart, but are you kidding me? You're telling her not to go down a path you've already gone down yourself? The same path that dragged Piper into this mess to begin with. The same people who helped ruin an entire generation are now trying to hand out wisdom. Piper even repeated that tired line about how people say to give life a chance, but that these girls are living the life. No, Piper, that's not life. That's a hoax. It's a performance you're too young and manipulated to even recognize. It all goes back to her mom who put a price tag on her childhood. And honestly, you saw the comments from people begging her to become a famous actress or singer instead. But this isn't 2005 Disney Channel, man. The pipeline now is thirst traps, collabs with Sophie Rain, and exclusive subscriptions. The business model has changed. On one side, you have people begging her to save herself, and on the other, you have people commenting, "Just drop the link, bro." They're literally announcing to the world that their whole personality is waiting for a teenager to upload a link. It's not just inappropriate, it's exploitation at the highest level. And we, as a society, are watching it happen right in front of us. This is what we're normalizing. At the end of the day, this whole thing was never a birthday. It was a countdown for creeps. Her mom is still running the show, the same one who put her own kids' photos behind a paywall, the same one who set all of this up in the first place. Sophie Rain and the Bop House have been circling her since she was underage, and now Piper is posting cake shots and hanging with them while they give her fake advice. Some people say she's a victim, but others think she knows exactly what she's doing. Either way, this is a pipeline that's been grooming her for years and is teaching young girls that this is what adulthood looks like. Let's call it what it is. This isn't empowerment, it's exploitation, all thanks to her mom. We've seen this before with Lil Tay, and we've seen how it ends for so many child stars. They burn out, they go down a bad road, and honestly, as a society, we need to cut this off. The younger generation of girls deserve a better future than having people count down to the day they can be sold. The countdown is over, and the creeps got their wish. But the real question is, what are we doing about it? We're all here watching, talking about how wrong it is, but what does that change? Are we just sitting back and letting this happen to the next young girl and the next one after that? Is this the future we want to build for the next generation? A world where they think their value is measured by how many people will pay to watch their childhood disappear? It's on us. We're part of this too. So while you're thinking about that, hit the like button and make sure you're subscribed so we can keep talking about what's really happening.